too. There's something in your neck area too. That is just like some clogged lymphatic tissue. You may not be aware a lot of lymphatic stuff goes on in the neck. And they're just stopping a minute. They're so cute. They're kind of jumping up and down. And now they're moving up into the mouth. And there is stagnant energy here. Energetically, it looks swollen, inflamed. The nerves that are affected are frayed, F-R-A-Y-E-D, not afraid. They're frayed, and the little clearamids are, first they're smoothing them out. Like, I should have all kind of props here. They're smoothing, oh, I know, here's a Kleenex. So they're all a bunch of crazy stuff, and they're smoothing them like this first. And then and the other end too, and then they're putting them together. And like in that movie Avatar, where they grab a hold and they start to twist around, it's like the nerves desire to be reconnected, and there's still some inflammation. And this is going to be gently carried away, and you may, I'm not against medical intervention, ever, you may need to go to the dentist. And I know you would if you had the money, but we're going to ask for this abundance breakthrough for you, Willa Marie, and everybody else who needs it. And so they're continuing to do the work. They're injecting in your gums some anti-inflammatory solution. And yeah, it is connected to abundance. So I'm going to bring them back home. They never stay in your body, but they leave healing residue inside your body, and they run down your body into your knees. And by the way, they would like for you to gently massage behind your knees, because it's a big lymphatic issue there that also has something to do with you feeling kind of tired and not feeling like doing much.
Can I share something before they leave the knees?
Sure.
A few months ago, well, maybe 2 months ago, certainly around the time that I was thought I was clearing through the abundance issues, their varicose veins are on my mother's side, going way back. I've had them for decades, so it's not, and my daughter has them, she's 33. And about a month and a half ago, whenever I was trying to clear all this out and thinking, okay, I'm a senior now, and I plan on living another 60 some years, and I have to be mobile to do that, and I have to be in a body that can move. And I actually heard of, my attention was drawn to my inner thigh on my right leg. I don't have a vein there. And I actually heard a voice say, "Before it's too late." And immediately I thought, oh my God, is my vein gonna burst like my mother's did? But then my energy shifted that I had a vision of a woman sitting in a wheelchair in front of me, and she had her head turned backwards to me. And I realized, when the vision appeared, this must be one of my ancestors. And then I had the awareness, I have no idea how I'm supposed to do that. I'm supposed to heal varicose veins in my lifetime for my generation. I have no idea how I meant to do it. So that's why I asked if you could stop them when they were in the knees, because maybe
it's not their job to do it.
Okay.
And here's how you're going to do it. All right. Are you able to have consistent action? The universe loves consistency. So I've told about this tapping protocol that actually is so fabulous. If you do it consistently, it's going to get you anything that you desire. healing, a mate, whatever. You can't do it once or twice and go, oh, it didn't work. So here is the tapping protocol. How can I effortlessly find a way to heal these veins? Why is it so effortless for me to find the right way to heal these veins? And then you future tense it by saying, I'm remembering how effortless it was for me to heal those veins. Now, when I say consistently, I don't mean once a day. When I want something with that, I set my phone to go off every hour. You only really need it 5 times a day. I set my phone to go off every hour and I do the tapping sequence. Do you know how to speak light language?
I don't believe so.
Okay, people who do, you can also speak light language with that intention. But Willa Marie, when you use the word effortlessly, that is better than saying easy, because if something is effortless, it indicates that it's using what you already have, maybe something you didn't ever call on before. So do that. And here's what I found. If I don't set my clock, 3 hours go by and I forget it. And you only need to do it 5 times a week. For some reason, this protocol likes the number 5. So I also want to tell you, first I want to check in and see if your pain is still at an 8. We didn't tap or anything, but sometimes sending them up there, they start relieving the pressure. Can you check in with that?
I think it's still around, like it's still closer to an 8 than it would be to a 7.
Okay. All right. And we may tap in a minute, but I 5 times per day, Suze, and 5 days a week. If you really, really desire to get something done, you can manifest with vision boards, etc., etc. But when you really, really, really desire to have something, you show the universe, hey, I'm consistent. And it's not like a rote prayer. It's like I'm putting myself out there. I'm letting you know I'm aligning my energy. Every time you do it, it aligns your energy more. So, couple
So
different things.
are
Go
you
ahead.
saying, sorry, are you saying that I, which I'm totally on board with. I- Um I'm going to write down when we do the replay again what you actually said about the effortlessly healing the veins
I'll tell
and
it
then
again
going, okay.
slower. I'll say it
Oh,
slow.
okay. All right.
I'll also put it in writing. Ta-da!
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I like flashcards.
Me
My
too.
daughter was a first grade teacher. She says, Mama, use flashcards. So, how can I effortlessly, whatever you want to do, create blah, blah, blah? You could say, how can I effortlessly find the best way to heal these varicose veins? And the intention is for your lineage. Play with the verbology. It doesn't have to be exactly. And then, why is it so effortless for me to heal those varicose veins? And then you future tense it like you're showing your faith. I'm remembering how effortless it was. I'm going to tell you the 2 reasons it worked. Well, 3 probably. One is you're getting clear on your intention. 2, when you ask a question of a universe, it can't freaking stand it. It needs to give you the answer, to find the answer. It's like a vacuum. And then when you future tense, you're saying, I remember how effortless. Effortless is a better word than easy. You could say easy and effortless. Effortless is indicative that it's something you already have or you love. When something is effortless, it's like it just comes like magic.
I've been using that word for I think about a year now when I'm doing energy work. I throw in effortless for my affirmations or my intentions.
Perfect. And Noah, I just want to finish
Oh,
this.
sorry, go ahead.
No, I think it was Noah St. John who wrote a book. I forgot the title, but he said that instead of doing affirmations, when you're saying, I am so abundant, he didn't know about tapping though. I mean, you could, why am, I am so abundant, that it's better when you say, why am I so abundant? Why am I so abundant? And Willa Marie, you could actually interchange those two phrases. So I do want to do some tapping with you, and then I want to talk to everyone. And everyone, please do the tapping with us on this, because you're holding space for Willa Marie. And I think you won't mind me saying, Willa Marie, that you did have some abundance issues, and it's hard to get the money to go if they're going to say, oh, you need a root canal, you need this, you need that.
Absolutely, yes.
So everyone's heart is with you, and we're going to tap. So you repeat after me. Everybody else is on mute, and you can also repeat after me.
Do you want me to put myself on mute?
No, you can repeat after me. So
Okay.
I know I gave everybody
Oh,
else time.
perfect. Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
My mouth is in pain.
My mouth is in pain.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
I feel helpless.
I feel helpless.
That I did something wrong. I'm
That
reading your energy.
that I did something wrong.
I didn't release my abundance issues the right way.
I didn't release my abundance issues the right way.
I have a little bit of self-blame.
I have a little bit of self-blame.
And I feel a lot of distress.
And I feel a lot of distress.
Top of the head, I'm in pain.
I'm in pain.
Beginning of the eyebrow, so much pain.
So much pain.
I feel scared.
I feel scared.
What if it's something horrible?
What if it's something horrible?
And I don't have the money to pay for it.
And I don't have the money to pay for it.
Divine, please help me.
Divine, please help me.
I don't know what else to do.
I don't know what else to do.
I surrender.
I surrender.
I surrender this pain to you.
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 Oh, it feels so good to let it go.
Oh, it feels so good to let it go.
I'm allowing myself to feel better and better.
I'm allowing myself to feel better and better.
I release self-blame.
Can you repeat that? I
release self-blame.
I release self-blame.
I'm allowing myself to feel better.
I'm allowing myself to feel better.
I love feeling better.
I love feeling better.
Take a deep breath in and out. And tune into the pain and see if it feels a little bit better.
It actually does feel a little bit better.
Okay. You act surprised.
Well, it's because while we were doing the tapping, I was actually feeling a shift, and I was actually feeling what's the word? Like it's possible that my pain is going to go away. Like I
Yes.
can't remember, I can't think of the right word to use, but you know, when it's like all of a sudden you can see a light and you feel, yeah, this is good.
Yeah. And that's why when I teach my EFT tapping certification, I'm teaching intuition, because using the right words is important. Tuning into the other person's energy is important. So because I felt some self-blame and some kind of helpless, hopeless feelings too. So I'm going to bring up something else to you and everybody else. when I was in my meditation this morning, and for some reason I was thinking about abundance, and Spirit reminded me about how it's important. And I've taught this before, but Spirit gave me a little twist on it. When you really want to manifest like more abundance, you choose the richest person you know and you pray for them and bless them. Now, here's what's important: to release resentment of them. Because people say, well, maybe, they got wealthy because they were born wealthy. And I'm not like that. You hear how it goes down into victimhood,
Yes.
or they probably got all that money by cheating. And Spirit reminded me of a time when I defaulted on a loan, much to my distress, and the bank wouldn't help me. When I went in to talk to them, they said, no, not only are we not going to help you, we're raising the interest rate. So, and the Spirit reminded me, every time you passed a branch of that bank, you prayed for them, you asked God to bless them, and you also felt a little bit of resentment that it actually never affected my credit. I'm not sure why. That bank was in so much trouble with the government. They didn't fool around with a little blonde in Texas. Anyway, so Spirit says the very emotions that you have about someone with money are the very emotions that keep you stuck. And of course, I'm trying to defend myself like, oh, I don't resent anybody. And Spirit says, oh, yeah? Want me to show you? And not just about money, but I wrote quickly with my non-dominant hand, 3 people. One was my dad. Of course, he did not teach me anything good about money, except people with it were probably sinful. He was a minister. And then one of my kids just has done nothing but, well, okay, I supported him more than I should have. Whose fault is that? Mine. So, and one other person Spirit showed me, you need to release resentment. When you're feeling resentment, are you a victor? No, you're a victim. So it would be a good thing for everybody here to ask the question with your dominant hand, who do I resent? And even a little bit of resentment can sneak in and block your abundance. And then, who do I resent? You write it with the dominant hand, and then you switch it to the non-dominant hand. And let me tell you, Spirit will tell you who you're resenting. And sometime it might just be an itty bitty bit, and sometime it might be a lot. So if this class was longer and we weren't trying to focus on pets, I could do this as an abundance class and really walk you step by step through what emotions could be blocking your abundance. So you can tap on it, and it helps if you allow yourself to get really verbal. The tone of your voice has so much to do with you commanding the universe. And you can tap on it and kind of be volatile, I would say. Or you can also do it in a more quiet manner, and you could say, for instance, for my dad, I'm breathing in forgiveness and I'm breathing out resentment. Because he did the best he could at the time. And even though we know that, right? Can I get an amen? We know our parents did the best they could at the time. Does it stop some of the resentment? No. Why? Because we're human. So just realizing This is another layer I'm ready to let go. Or, and I've said this so many times, the biggest drawback light workers have of not really going forward is that they compare their gifts to somebody else's. And I'm here to tell you there's no two light workers in the world who have exactly the same kind of gift. So that's another thing some people resent a little bit. I remember years ago when I was channeling and somebody on YouTube said, "Well, you're not really a channel. Your voice didn't change and you didn't change into another person." Well, that's not my gift. Anyway, so I invite you to do that exercise, Willa Marie, and just ask for any insight to any resentment about anything. You can even resent God for taking so cotton picking long to bring me some abundance. Now, God, I get mad at God about twice a year. Like, look, I'm doing this and you ain't doing nothing. Lightning, right? Lightning's gonna strike me. But what do you think about that, Willa Marie?
I think you're bang on, and something just popped while you were sharing the story. So I know why you were meant to share the story, because my father was the same about money. But what came to my mind is I've known for a very long time that I have a special gift to share with the world, and I have no idea what it is. And yesterday morning, when I woke up, I was aware I was receiving a whole pile of downloads, but no idea what they mean. Because if I stop and try and figure out what it is, they stop coming. And then today, I was replying to someone's email, and I said to them, with all honesty, I wish you only the best life has to offer. And I felt as if it boomeranged right back to me. So I don't know if this whole tooth thing is putting me in a space that perhaps it's part of opening up my gifts. So I finally, I don't know. That's what popped while you were talking. That's
If you could speak out anything you desired, what would you speak out?
If I could speak out anything I desire, would be to be able to be free to be me, to have the money that I can pay for whatever will enhance or fulfill my life, and also allow me to help my daughter and my siblings and
Okay,
any, yeah.
stop. Free to be me. You don't need money. Start being free to be you in whatever way you can right now. And
Okay.
as the universe sees, oh, she's not sitting around waiting till the bag of money comes from heaven. She's starting to be authentic and herself and speaking her truth right now. Can I get an amen? Woo-hoo! Okay, so you feel some better. And as you look within and keep on going, because, yeah, there is some nerve damage, and the little fella started working on it. Thanks, Wendy and Remy. And
Um, is
um,
is the nerve damage something that I can like keep listening to this replay and it will heal, or are you feeling I actually am going to need to go to a dentist? My gut feeling is whatever it is that stopped me from, like, started the mouth thing and the first thing when I thought I was finally getting to a space in my life where I can embrace abundance. It almost feels like this is a hurdle that I have to get over.
okay,
So maybe
I
that's
would
just
do
wishful
some
thinking.
non-dominant handwriting with that, Willa Marie. I need to go on because
Okay.
there's other people that you could use a private session, my friend, but take the money and spend it on the dentist. And yeah,
Okay.
re-listen to this and set the
Okay.
intention that you're receiving, and my little guys are coming
Thank you.
back to me. All right. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to stop that recording. And start a new one. Okay, so Kathleen, I
Yeah.
think, yeah, you are here. So tell us a little bit about Jada and Dottie. I have it written down, but they don't
Which
know.
one you want me to do? The pooping one or the
Okay, let's see. Jada is a terrier mix that you've had for a year, and she is 2 years old.
Yeah, she was about 9 months when we got her, so I figure about
Okay. And Dottie is a mixed lab. She's 11 months old, but you've only had her 1 month, and it's very stressful. I'm gonna, okay, and they poop in the house, right?
well, not all the time. It's just out of the blue. They'll be really good, and then you just yeah.
Okay, and did Jada poop in the house before Dottie came along?
Yes.
She did?
But
Okay.
Daddy's not doing it in the same place. Different places.
Oh, well, they gotta mark up your whole house, honey.
Yeah, that's about what they're doing.
Yeah, and then the other one, um, goes and has to do it on top of that. So you have a fight for dominance here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you can do, I'm not sensing anything is wrong with them. I want to tell you, everybody, some ways to work on your pet.
Okay.
You can do surrogate, which is there's two ways to do it. You breathe in their energy and you become them, and then you talk to their spirit. Now, I'm sensing that you're not having enough discipline with these dogs, that they're kind of running the house instead of you.
No, I'm very disciplined with Daddy. I am because she's so big. I am on her all the
All
time.
the time, except when she sneaks and poops.
Yes, well, that my husband lets her out when he goes to do his thing, and off she goes. And I'm on a
Okay.
webinar.
Okay, so can you get a doggy door?
We do. We just got one.
Okay, good. Well, that's going to help once they learn going in and out is a good thing to do. Um, Another thing, and this is for everybody, is to draw an avatar of your dog and work on that. So if it's a dog, you won't believe it, but I used to be an artist, but I had to do this in less than 10 seconds. So there's a dog, there's a cat. So you can draw an avatar of your animal, and then, like, if you wanted to tap on them,
Mhm.
tap the places on them, because it's hard to make them hold still and tap on them.
Good.
So they just have a little bit of struggle for dominance going on,
Oh,
and they just got the doggy door recently, so they're really not used to doing it. Also, they don't like any discomfort at all. And if it's kind of wet outside and
oh,
it's a
that's for
nice
sure.
dry carpet, why
You're right
don't I
on that.
just poop right here?
You are right on that. Jada, yes, absolutely. Oh my God, a rain of drop of rain. Oh no, I'm not going out. Oh yes.
Yeah. Now, what I would suggest you do is, uh, which is the one that's afraid of garbage trucks?
Jada.
Okay. I would definitely draw an avatar of her.
Okay.
And you're a great light worker, Kathleen. You've been around me a long, long time. You were a light worker before I was, probably. And um, I would tune into her fear.
Okay.
That I might breathe her energy in and tune into the fear she has and tap on the avatar. Or if you're breathing it in, you can tap on yourself. And you can tell the intensity goes down. So breathe her energy in and just, assess, well, how strong is that fear? You know, I don't know who had her before or what, but there's something about a brown paper bag and popping it
No.
that somebody used to scare her. And that sound, which you said loud sounds scare her.
Mhm.
She is real sensitive to that, and she thinks that something's going to get her.
She
And
was out
so,
in California. She was out, I think, in an industrial section. I don't know if she had run away or they threw her away. I don't know. But so I was thinking dump trucks, garbage, where they pick those big garbage things up and slam them. She probably went
yes.
around that. And she acted like a cat.
Now that's very unique. It seems like, was she like homeless when they
Yeah,
found her, or do you
yeah,
know?
yeah. She was running around out there.
Yeah, but it feels like she kind of was cat-like because she's had to sneak around to survive,
Yep.
and not being able to come out and be petted and all that good stuff.
Right. She's gotten better,
Uh,
Dottie. She's actually letting us pet her and she comes out now. So
oh
yeah,
yeah.
total
She's
360.
she's getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and a lot to do with your loving TLC, and she's really happy to be with you and wants to stay with you. She also has a fear of being abandoned. So when you do the tapping, you might want to write this down. Put in fear of abandonment, because
Mhm.
it feels like she barely got to finish nursing, that she got uh, abandoned somehow, maybe not even on purpose, but she's going to be all right.
Yeah.
She's
I
going to
hope
be
so.
all right.
Thank you.
And you know, you can text me. How's the pooping coming?
Okay.
Uh, and now you could, if you catch her soon after she did it, put her nose real close to it and, let her know, no, 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 because they want, both of them, they want to please you, and they can't remember everything. I mean, I don't like my dogs on the sofa because they both shed like crazy. And of course, they jump up there
Yeah, because they're
every
like
now and
kids.
then.
They're like kids.
Uh,
So
but
what?
I always have a lot of sympathy when my dogs are like, if they're scared or anything. I have found that different pets are afraid of different things.
Yep.
So my daughter's little, whatever he is, Cairn Terrier, is terrified of thunder and lightning. And my little rescue pup, Tobias, would just not even notice it at all. But he was afraid of young boys, 12 to 15, because, well, I tuned in and say, why are you afraid of young boys? And he showed me that the home he was in, the two young boys tormented him
Yeah,
for
but
fun, and the mom didn't notice it.
so you got new dogs?
Do I?
Did you get a new dog?
I didn't understand.
I said, did you get a new dog since?
Well, my husband has two chihuahuas,
Okay, that's right.
and my Tobias got
Right.
killed.
So yeah, it's sad.
Okay. And I think that'll help you a lot. Remember, everybody do surrogate tapping either two ways. Either breathe in their energy, become them, and then tap on yourself, or draw a picture and tune into their energy and tap on the picture. So also, I wanted to go over some reasons pets have illness. Sometimes they take on your illness. We all know how Chihuahuas take on asthma, and sometimes they like to activate sympathy in you. And sometimes it's the same way that we get ill. Just stuff happens. They ate something bad or whatever. And also, I'm going to move into their soul purpose. All pets have a soul purpose, whether even animals in the wild have a soul purpose. It might have something to do with the ecosystem. But if a dog or cat or pet of some kind finds you or calls to you, it's to be your teacher. Now, like in the incident of the poop, do you really think you need to learn any more patience? You know, God, I'm sick and tired of this patient. When are you going to hurry up and not let me have to learn any more patience? Now, I demand that you stop it right now. Okay, I want to amen on that one. Okay. And sometimes it's to teach you courage. I remember once I was walking in a neighborhood and this vicious dog came after me, big like a pit bull. And if I would have ran, I don't know what that dog would, but I just put my arms on my hips and raised my voice, and I started speaking light language to that dog and saying no, and that dog went arr, arr, arr. So that dog taught me a lesson to stand in my authority. And I want to talk about working with the guardian spirits of animals, because they all have guardian spirits. And one of the best way to work with guardian pet spirits or your own is to we'll use the pet spirit because we're talking about pets, and to bless them. First, bless them, because the human heart, giving love on purpose, is the greatest treasure in all of the universe, whether you're giving it to an animal, a spirit, whatever, it's a treasure. So you can ask the guardians of your pet to help your pet with a certain problem, and they will. First of all, they're going to be shocked that you even know about them, because people don't talk about their animals' guardian spirits. And I want to talk about, of course, their sole purpose is a lot to comfort us. And then I want to talk about how you should be careful when your pet is really, really old and they really need to go to the other side. Sometimes we let our pets suffer and suffer and suffer and suffer because it's so hard for us. And sometimes you can do a healing and then they get so relaxed, they go ahead and go. And it's happened to not just me, I've talked to other healers. And so I caution anyone who has their pet that's old, and they can't stand to let them go. If they really get relaxed and in their spirit, they're going to go. So just wanted to put that out there. And then I want to talk about reincarnation of pets. Well, I learned about this from a guy who had a near-death experience. It's so long ago, I can't remember his exact name. And by the way, now he's already had a real death experience, but he was like in the place of light. He was an atheist, so he didn't call it heaven. And he remembered most meeting Walter Russell. I mean, this is an old pioneer spiritual guy, but he learned so many things. And he also, of course, he learned about the teeth connecting to all the organs. He said, if you really want to live a long, long time, go get all your teeth pulled out, because if one can send some bad energy down to another. So, and that's something you can tap on too, Willa Marie, whatever organ could be being affected, heal and protect that organ. So to get your pet to come back, first of all, you got to make sure they want to. And So you say a prayer and you get the guardian of the animal spirit, you start talking to them. Just like humans don't want to come back, usually not right now. Let me stay a while. And you ask to be intuitively connected with the soul of your pet, not just remembering how they were, but when you're focusing on that, when it's time for the pet to come back, and it's just stay in commune with the pet guardian. You can always use a dominant, non-dominant handwriting way to get in touch with the spirit of your pet. And you'll have the intuition to go looking for your pet, and you'll hear about usually if you have a dog, they come back as a dog and or kitten, whatever, and you'll hear about it and you'll be attracted, and you'll go see if it's a litter, whether it's kittens or dogs or whatever it is, and you'll just have one probably just come right up to you. And he said he's done it several times, because dogs don't live, or cats, as long as we do. And the dog will go find the old toy, just immediately go get the favorite toy, and you will know, hey, I have my sweetheart back in a young, healthy body. And you just need to be willing to tune in. We have so much power spiritually than we know. So thank you, Kathleen. You were a good volunteer. And I have one more, but I first want to, let's see. I want to talk about the special offer I'm going to make you for Black Friday. And the link's going to be dropped in the chat, but I'll also send you an email follow-up. I have an animal communication course, which is 4 weeks, and it's a system to enhance your abilities to connect. And it teaches you not just how to talk to your pets here and how to tune in, but how to talk to them on the other side. I know when my Tobias was murdered by a neighbor dog, I was so distressed until I remembered, hey, wait, I can talk to him. And he was like so happy, and he reassured me, because he was attacked by a vicious pit bull, that the first blow that the murder dog gave him, he left his body, but he was so proud of himself because he stood up. He had the 2 little Chihuahua sisters. That dog would have one bite and they would have been gone. And he stood up to them. He protected them. And I did have to do trauma treatment on one of them who saw it and was really terrified. And he assured me that he was happy, that it was a one time in his life he was brave, because if he met a stranger, he would just pee on himself. He was so shy. So with my animal communication course, it's 4 weeks, and each one is just broken down into a system to get you to the place where not only can you tune in and communicate with your pet, but I have a section in there that helps you communicate with animals in the wild, send healing energy. If you could become so good that you could actually become a pet psychic. So I have that. It's a value of $988, and I have it for $97. And if you don't have $97, but you have $37, there's a payment plan, 3 payments of $37. So I highly recommend, just even if you just want it for your own pet. It's by audio. It's from a live class I taught, and it really rocks. It really rocks. You will love being able to tune in. Okay, so now I'm going to see if Suzanne is here. Suzanne with two St. Bernards, are you here? If you're here, oh, are
Yes,
you
I
there?
am.
Okay. Oh, you have Suze on the thing. Okay, so tell us about your two St. Bernards.
Okay. Um, while you were talking, I realized a few things. Now, I want to start out with Goose. We named him Goose from Top Gun, um, because he doesn't walk right. His hips, and I don't know if it's been this way all the time, but I thought that he was, I've seen Rambo trample him. Now, Rambo's the 6-year-old. And Goose will be 6 years old on Friday. I mean, 6 months old, forgive me. And so it's becoming more and more noticeable, and I'm praying and praying about it. And it seems to be loosening up a little bit. But as you were talking, I realized that when we first got him, he was kind of whining all the time, crying. And Goose used to be Molly, who was just such the sweetest female Saint Bernard I've ever had. And she, I think because Rambo played with her when he was young and tried to mount her, I think that it hurt her back. So earlier this year, I had to put her down because she was crying all the time. And she would have been 8 in May. And then, as it turns out, Goose was born on her birthday a
So
few
she
months later.
reincarnated.
Yes.
Yes.
So the thing is, when she was crying all the time. I'd give her something, but she would wake me up crying. So I don't know how long she had been suffering in excruciating pain. And the vet said, well, we can give you, medication. I said, I don't know how long. I don't want her to be in pain.
She was ready to go, and thank you for not making her stay and suffer just so you would have comfort. You are a brave woman, and it's real hard to do that when you love them so much.
Well, one of the things that the vet said after she tried to talk me out of it on the day of, she said, most people come to me and they put it off for so long, they wish they did it sooner.
Yes.
But when we were putting her down, it was in a separate place than the vet, so she didn't know she was at the vet. And they gave her a shot and she was relaxed and we were sitting on the couch and loving on her. And then all of a sudden she was staring behind us,
Yes.
and as if she was watching somebody. And I turned around and I looked, there's nothing to look at.
Yes.
And then she's not a kisser. If she ever kissed you, it would be a little tiny kiss on your cheek. Very seldom. She got so excited and kissed my husband and then kissed me, just was so excited. But, all that crying before she died, and now here's Goose, and he has hip issues. Suddenly, we're realizing it, and when we first got him, he always just lays around and whines. So I wonder if he's bringing her pain into this life to be healed. Is that funny? I mean, crazy or
Uh, well, it's kind of like people that bring karma. I want to talk about Rambo because I can see what's wrong with him. All right.
okay. Rambo has a
Okay.
cyst or a growth or something that
I know it keeps festering up, then it gets better. And there's a little bitty parasite looking thing that never goes away. It, it festers up and it bursts open and it heals. And then, okay, that's not the right link, ladies. I sent you the right link. unless it's just not showing up, maybe. So, some kind of anti-parasitic ointment, or something is needed to get that core. It's not really a bacteria, it's like a parasite of some kind. It could be related to the fungus family, but the next time it bursts open, clean it real good and see what kind of antifungal, or I don't know if there's an anti-parasitic that is topical, or if you'd want to give him something. But that's what I saw right away when I was reading your email. Now, you're saying that Goose is lying around crying all the time like his mom?
Yes, and we didn't know whether he wanted attention, he was bored, he wanted to go outside. We try to teach him, like his mom used to go to the door and bark. We try to teach him to do that, but he won't, when he wants to go outside.
Yeah. Oh, he'll
And
learn.
so I don't know if he's in pain or he's just bored or hungry or
I don't think he's bored. Let me just tune in and see what he wants. He is having achiness in his hips. Not really pain, but achiness. And there's a little bit of like some kind of buildup. Like if I saw it in a human, I'd say a calcium buildup. And I've never sent my little clear meds into a dog, but I sure will. So I'm going to go in the front knees with my whirling, twirling little guys and take them on back. There is, and I don't know animal vertebra, but there is a vertebra that is out of alignment about that far from his tail going forward. And that is throwing the hips off. And it's like it doesn't hurt all the time, but sometimes it'll like catch just the right way and cause some pain, but it's not hurting all the time. So I'm going to see if the little guys can work on the vertebra at all. And they're two and they're on either side and they're wiggling it. And there's a little bit of a pop and there's a sigh like, ah, and then going down to, I don't know how to look at dog anatomy, but one guy is on one side, one guy is on another, and they're putting some lubricant, like etherical lubricant, of course, into the joints, and especially the hip joints, and this kind of starts to gradually dissolve any kind of buildup that I'm seeing. But it feels like that he was born with this predisposition for this condition. So,
in order to be healed,
what?
born with this predisposition in order
To
to be
make
healed.
you aware that you have healing abilities yourself and that you can work on him. It's him, right?
Yes.
Either with the avatar I suggested or tuning in. Now, if you're feeling really emotional, this is funny. A message I'm getting from the mother. What was her name?
Molly was his
Molly.
predecessor. She wanted to come
Okay.
back as a boy.
Okay. But her spirit, is still in the broader, we can be a bunch of places at once. Molly is saying that you can set the intention. This is coming very clear now. You can set the intention to work on her, and it's going to help him, because he didn't come back to heal it for her. He came here to help you heal your grief, your guilt, your whatever you have going on. So as you work on Molly, call her into a circle of light and work on her just as she was, if she was here and hurting and all that. And it's going to help him tremendously. And you are a healer. Do you know that?
I like to pray for people.
Okay, well, your forte might be praying for animals, and you probably need to get my animal communication course.
I have it.
Oh, you have it? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, use it. And
I
start
need to go back
decreeing.
and refresh.
Yeah, go back and refresh. That you are a healer, and you can do these. Both of these dogs have come to teach you that you're a healer. Remember, I said their sole purpose is
Yes.
varied and different and absolutely linked with ours. And I want to say you're a brave mama to have two Saint Bernards.
Oh, they're the best, though. They're so easy.
Oh,
They do everything you tell them to do.
oh, that's wonderful. Well, explore your own healing abilities, not just with animals, with people. You have, how old are you?
58. I'll be 59
Okay,
next month.
you're still a young person. You have plenty of time to move forward in your own purpose as a healer and start claiming it. I'm a wonderful healer. Why is it so effortless for me to realize my talents? Everybody who can't realize your gifts yet, how can I effortlessly realize my calling, my talents, my soul purpose? Why is it so effortless? I'm remembering when it was so effortless. And folks, I have gone over time, and I thank each and every one of you for coming. And thank you for being on the Divine Tapping Show. And please let me hear from you. God bless you all. Thank you. Oh, wait. I forgot. We can't go yet. Okay, St. Francis just tapped me on the shoulder. You forgot my pet blessing, my animal blessing. So just breathing in slowly. And St. Francis is here, and he just is extending his hands. And blessings upon all the animals. Blessings from the heart of light. Blessings from the spirit guardians of all animals. And blessings upon the care you give them. Blessings upon you as you take care of these precious, precious gifts to humanity. And so it is, and so it is. Amen. Now we can say goodbye.